What's poppin', guys? Welcome to Money Talk. Then I want a news source, then I want information source, and then I want entertainment source for everything, anything regarding the stock market, the financial world, and the crypto universe. Don't worry, guys, I'm not going to talk that fast throughout the whole video. Just the intro. So today what we're going to be talking about is one of our favorite stocks on this channel, HUMBL, ticker symbol HMBL, which was previously used to be TSNP, okay, before the merger. Now, today we're going to answer one simple question, okay? And I know there's a question that has been asked over and over again, and I know people, HMBL holders or TSNP holders, whatever one you were, right? You've probably asked yourself this every day, okay, in the past month or so, okay? Are you a bag holder, or can HMBL recover and make all-time new highs in the upcoming year and in the upcoming months, rather? So without further ado, guys, before we get started, guys, if you're watching this video on anything other than the YouTube app, okay, it's going to be, I need a favor. Thank you. If you're watching, and it's not to hit the like button, okay? It's not to hit the like button, but go ahead and do that anyways, okay? So let's get to the favor. If you're watching this video on anything other than the YouTube app, guys, there's going to be a button up there that says open an app, go to app, or whatever it says, okay? I want you guys to press on that. It will take you directly to the YouTube app on your device, okay? Onto this video, make the audio better, the video better, the complete quality of the video better, okay? First of all. Second of all, your view will also count for me, okay? So you'll be helping me out as well. I would appreciate that, okay? It'd be a great free way of helping a content creator. Now, with that being said, guys, let's get this video on the future of HMBL started. So to understand where HUMBL is headed, we first need to take a look at where HUMBL was at and the history of the HUMBL stock. Okay, so starting with January, right, the stock was at 60 cents and it crawled all the way, guys, up to $6.84, okay, by mid-February. Now that is over 1,000% growth, okay? Now, since then, the stock has tumbled a lot and it's gave back a lot of growth, and now it's sitting at $1.20, okay? But why? Why is this happening? Well, stocks fall, right? And we know this. Stocks fall, and that's just what happens with them. Stocks go up and stocks go down, okay? But stocks go up and stocks go down due to one of two reasons, okay? Either the market or the stock itself. Now, when it comes to the stock itself, right? When it comes to the company itself, companies fail. Companies fail. Companies have bad news. Companies have bad earnings. Companies have change of maybe head, like CEOs and stuff, and people don't like that, so people sell the stock and stocks crash, okay? So companies go out of business. That's okay. That happens. On the other hand, markets crash, okay? But what differentiates a company's stock being down due to the market, due to the company itself, is that 10 out of 10 times, guys, markets recover, okay? Markets have recovered every single time, unlike companies. Companies fail, right? Companies go out of business. But markets, history's there, guys. Markets recover every single time. And when it comes to the case for HUMBL, right, it is simply just due to or at least mostly, like 90% mostly, okay, due to the market. I mean, and that's because, so mid-February, for those that don't know, right, I mean, if you look at literally any stock, if you look at any penny stock, right, you will see the exact same pattern from mid-February due to the inflation scare. Now, why did the stock market crash or the growth sector crash during mid-February? Well, there are a couple of schools of thoughts when it comes to this as well, right? Some people believe that it was inflation scares. Some people believe that it was the hedge funds. But I personally believe that it was a combination of both parties coming together. First, let's talk about hedge funds. Okay, first let's talk about hedge funds, and then we'll get to the inflation scare and everything else. And don't worry, guys, we'll get to the point. Okay, we'll get to the point of whether or not HUMBL can recover or not. If you already can't already guess what my answer is going to be, but let me just explain to you guys in further detail about what actually happened to the stock market, because this is great information, right? So you guys can actually understand why HUMBL and maybe a lot of other stocks are down since February, right? So with that being said, guys, I'll really appreciate if you guys smash the like button so more HUMBL stockholders can watch this video and they can feel better about their position, okay? Because I'm just going to cut to the chase. Yes, HUMBL can recover. Now, let me give you the long explanation, okay? But smash the like button so this video gets shared to more HUMBL shareholders. So, like I said, they feel more secure about their position. And, you know, they have their diamond hands ready. They don't just sell at a loss and miss out when market recovers and we're back to $7, right? Okay, so now let's talk about the hedgies, okay? These hedge funds. It's important to understand the way that hedge funds invest in the stock market is that they're actively investing, guys, okay? So they don't just buy a stock and, oh my God, I hope it goes up. No. They buy when the stocks are going up and they sell when stocks are going down. They short when the stocks are going down, okay? So they win both ways, okay? Now, when you short a stock, this adds more sell pressure. How? Well, when you short a stock, you borrow a stock and then you sell it and then you hope to buy it back at a later price when it's cheaper, so then you can give it back to the person that borrowed it to you. And the time that you sold it at and the time that you bought it back at, this is the place where you make your money, okay? Now, why does this make the price go down? Well, because the stock market is simple supply and demand, guys, right? It's just when there's more buyers, the price goes up. When there's more sellers, the price goes down, okay? Because who wants something nobody wants, right? Nobody, I don't, okay? So now, like I said earlier, right? When you short a stock, when hedge funds short a stock, they don't actually ever buy the stock, okay? So all they're doing is they're borrowing it and they're selling it. Does that make sense? And then later buying it back, right? But they're only adding to the sell pressure when they first get the hold of the stock, okay? So they're not actually buying to help the buy pressure go up and then selling to balance out, okay? They're literally only selling and they're hitting the stock in the head. Now, this happened with a lot of retail traded stocks. Now, why did this happen with retail traded stocks? Well, that's because retail investors are more likely, starting since the pandemic, there's been more new investors in the market, right? And a lot of investors didn't really even know what they were investing in, right? They were just seeing a lot of green, so they were buying, and then once they started seeing a whole lot of red, they started panicking, right? Now, this is exactly why the hedge funds targeted all of these mostly retail traded stocks, such as BNGO, such as Palantir, such as you name it, right? You name almost every single penny stock, basically, right? Because no other hedge funds are in it, and it's mostly retail traders. And when retail traders sell as well, that adds more to the selling pressure. So then the hedge funds can buy back at a cheaper price and make even more money. Okay, but this greed that hedge funds have creates what is called a rubber band effect. Okay, and when stocks go what happens when stocks go way down? I usually have a rubber band demonstrating this, but I don't know where it went. So when the stocks go way down, it pops and it goes way up, okay? And then when the stocks go way up, there's a pop and it goes way down, okay? Because there's only so high a stock can go, right, guys? Now, right now, we actually did find a bottom, right? We did find a bottom in the market, and I think the bottom was around the 77 cents, right? Which was last month. And if you look at the stock market as a general, if you look at the growth sector in general, the growth sector has been doing a lot better since last month, right? I mean, HUMBL itself is up over 50%, right? Just in the past month. So that's a great sign that we're kind of in a recovery phase. Now, let's talk about the inflation scare. Okay, let's talk about the inflation scare. Well, I do believe inflation is real and it's here, but I don't believe that it's here to stay. Okay, I do believe there's going to be a short spike in inflation, but in the long term, things will settle themselves out and we'll be all right. And you know the funny thing about the inflation is, guys, inflation is actually good for the stock market, right? Because inflation causes, and there's another misconception, right? People think the stock market and the economy are the same thing. They're not. Okay, they're not the same thing. The stock market and economy are in some ways correlated, but they're not literally the same thing. And the stock market is not a good proof of how the economy is doing. For example, let me give you guys an example, right? Last year, when there was mid-COVID, the economy was doing really bad and the stock market was doing really bad as well. So at that time, the stock market and the economy were at the same place, okay? So they were correlating, okay? It was a good representation of how the economy is doing. Flash forward 3 months later, or 4 months later rather, the S&P 500 is having its all-time highs. It's all-time highs. But was the US economy having the greatest time ever? No, 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 no. Unemployment over the roof. Housing. People don't have houses. People don't have money. Like, you know what I'm saying? So the stock market and the economy are not great correlations. But when there's huge economic scares, it does shock the stock market, right? It causes uncertainty, which causes the stock market to go crazy and people sell their stocks, etc., right? Which is what we saw from the inflation scares as well, right? In mid-February. Now, why did I say inflation is good for the stock market? Well, inflation causes everything to be overpriced, right? It causes all the prices to go up. Just like the vegetables you buy at the store, the prices are going up. The stocks that you hold, the price is also going up, right? So it's not bad for the stock market, but in the long run, of course, who wants overpriced stocks, right? But in the short term, it's not that bad, which is kind of confusing that people were like, oh my God, inflation is so bad. So it's really not even that bad for the stock market. But I do believe that in the long term, inflation will be, the curve will be flattened again and we will be all right. Now, what was the point of this video? The point of this video was, will HUMBL get back to all-time highs, or are you a bag holder? Well, the truth is, I already mentioned it, right? Markets recover. Markets recover, and it's all about one thing, okay? So there's a saying in the stock market from Warren Buffett that says, the stock market is a tool for transferring wealth from the impatient to the patient, okay? And I think when it comes to HUMBL right now and a lot of other penny stocks right now, guys, it's just about time, okay? It's just about time. I mean, HUMBL is a great company, okay? This is a company that's making strides in almost all like financial services, right? From peer-to-peer payments, from having collaborations with big artists, and planning on doing something Ethereum like, right? I mean these are all strives for greatness from HUMBL, right? And these are things that we like to see. Now, one thing that will help you guys a lot, and one thing that I discuss a lot on this channel, guys, is making sure that you have a timeline for your stock, okay? So if you were planning on day trading HUMBL, okay, and you got in on February 15th, okay, I'm sorry, okay, I'm sorry, that was a bad trade. That was a trade gone wrong, and you should probably sell if you were planning on doing a day trade, okay? But if you were planning on holding long term, this short-term fluctuation in price shouldn't even bother you, okay? Because personally, I do believe that HUMBL is a $10 stock, okay? It does 100% have potential to be a $10 stock. And on this channel, guys, every day we cover news regarding penny stocks, and we cover HUMBL news every time there's HUMBL news, okay? And we're one of the basically only YouTubers that does so, okay, consistently. So with that being said, guys, that's it. Thank you for watching, guys. And if you guys like this content, make sure to smash the like button again so more people can see this, okay? And also subscribe so you'll be stay in tune with what's happening with HUMBL and a lot of other stocks and everything cryptos and anything money related, okay, guys? We came out with these new series recently called Let's Talk About It, where we just talk about money related issues and stuff, money related news, right? And it's been hilarious so far, okay? And we're also continuing our series from before, which is the Money Talk React series, right, where I react to Dave Ramsey videos and etc. And it's more on the entertainment side of the channel, okay? Now, with that being said, guys, once again, smash the like button. The likes I like, the subscribes I love, okay? So thank you for watching, guys. Money Talk out. Happy investing.